Okay, so here we are on the main screen, and what do? There's nothing popping up telling you need to go here. Hey, look at this neat little thing. There's no mouse overs. Welcome to the world of 1993. We had game manuals. So this is the main screen. Anyone who's played the original Master of Orion probably recognizes this screen. The main part here, this area out here, is the map, and it's your local view, or your view of the local stars. You can zoom out. There's these little pluses and minuses here, or you can hit the up and down arrow to zoom out, and you can see the whole galaxy here. I'm going to drag with my finger, drag the screen, so you can see there's the oval map. This right here, that's a bug. I got to figure that out. I thought I'd figured that out, but apparently not. So that should not be out there. It should be in here with everything else. Okay, so let's zoom back in. There will be bugs, by the way. There will be a lot of little glitches, and to be perfectly honest with you, I could spend another month fixing little glitches, but at some point I have to move on, and because I want to start ship combat, and I want to move the game forward, and so the little glitches will just get fixed later. So let's look at some of these map options here. Like I said, there's this zoom in and zoom out. You've got this little thing here which hides your empire range, and by the way this works is the inner circle here is the color of the empire that owns that star. This middle circle here is the range of your normal ships that don't have reserve fuel tanks, and this outer circle here is the range of your scout ships, or any scouts that have reserve fuel tanks. So for example, if you build a colony ship and put reserve tanks on it, it can go out here. So this is kind of a great way to see right away which systems your ships can reach without having to hover over everything and look at the distance or whatever. There's a grid option here, which just gives you an XY grid. There's also the circular grid. I had the other thing selected, which gives you a ranged circular grid based on whatever you've got selected. So you can select this guy, you can select this guy, and each of these thin lines represents 1 light year, and the thick lines represents 5. So I can see, click on this guy, I can see quickly that, let's see, 5, 10, 15, this star is about 16, 15 light years away. So that's what that does, and you can combine these grids if you really want to confuse your eyes. Let's see, this turns the names off of the system, which is really useful when you've got a huge map and you're zoomed out and the names are in the way. Let's talk about the hover real quick. You can, anything on the map you can hover over, and this pane on the right side will give you an informational view about what you're hovering over. And if you're not hovering over anything, it'll default to what you have selected. So it can be kind of confusing as you're moving around to see this thing change. So just be aware it's reflecting what you hover, including ships. So I can hover on this ship. So now what do, right? Here you've got this system. So what we want to do is I'm going to zoom in a little bit. We can scout these systems here. So I'm going to use these arrows, and I'm going to send one scout here. I can select on the system and hit accept, and it's telling me it's going to take 3 turns to get there. And I'm going to select on this other scout, and I don't have to select and then hit accept. I can just double click on the system and it does the same thing, so it's a little quicker. Now we can develop the colony. This over here is the colony screen, and a colony has 5 different spinning categories. There's the shipyard, there's defense, there's industry, there's ecology, and technology. And for most races except the silicoids, which I'm playing, there's a little bit of spending in ecology to clean up waste from factories. Silicoids don't care though, so they don't have to spend for that. So what you can do is you can decide, what you want to spend, all of your production for the colony on. And right now it defaults to all industry to build factories. As you can see, the population up here is 50 of a maximum 100. So the population can grow up to 100 on this planet. And it has 30 factories up to a maximum of 200. So the more factories you have, the better. But your population can only work a certain number of factories. So, for example, if you have 50 population, you can only work 100 factories. So you don't want to build too many factories. You can also build missile bases. If you've got a planetary shield technology, you can build that, and it'll show you what it is here. This is your total production right here for your system that you can allocate. And now what you can do on these guys, you can use your mouse wheel. And right now the shipyard is building a scout. But I can say, hey, I want to build a destroyer. And it says, hey, that's going to take 12 years. A bomber takes 10, a colony ship takes 71, unless I give it more spending. But remember, every time you give spending to one thing, you take it from another. So one of the first interesting decisions you have to make in the game is, how do you want to do your spending? Most people play it safe, and they just go with industry. But sometimes if you have a lot of stars out here at scouting range, a lot of people will go ahead and build an extra scout just to help with the exploration phase. So that's what I'm going to do, just to demonstrate something. And so, but then the next turn I'll go back to building factories. You can also, I'm going to lock that for now. Clicking on this locks it, so that way if you increase something else, this locked amount doesn't change. So you can also spend on technology, which I'm going to do just to demonstrate something as well. Normally you wouldn't spend technology this early because you want to build up your factories, but this is not a serious game. So, well, let's see what else. This ship button just rotates the ships you can build, or you can click on this guy, the icon, or the ship button. Relocate is for when you want to move transports from one of your colonies to another colony, or you want to invade an enemy colony. Oops, I got that wrong. I take that back. That's the transports button. And relocate is for when you want to build a ship and have it automatically relocate, like a rally point, to another system. Very, very useful feature. So what I'm going to do real quick, I think I've covered everything on the map. You can see that some stars, these are unexplored, so they just tell you what color they are. And internally the game generates different types of planets based upon the star. Yellow stars are generally more likely to have good planets than, let's say, blue stars. So let's hit next turn and create a ship. There we go. So this is what you see when you create a new ship. It's saying I've created one scout, and there's 6 panels here because you can have up to 6 designs at current. So I built one scout design. And also, by the way, these ship icon designs are placeholders. They are from the original Master of Orion game, and they're all going to be replaced with much higher resolution images. So that's just something you need to ignore for now. So that's our ship. And now I did spend some money in technology, so he's saying, oh, you need to pick out what technologies you want to research. So I can, for the computers category, I can pick one of these guys here. Deep Space Scanner, ECM Jammer, or Metal Computer. I'm going to go ahead and pick the scanner. That's really great if you want to see enemy ships coming. So it's kind of a reconnaissance technology. And then propulsion technology, I'm just going to pick hydrogen fuel cells, range 4. It's going to go through several different categories. Yep, here's another one. For weapons, I can pick hand lasers, hyperbeam rockets, or a Gatling laser. I'm just going to go with the hand lasers for now. Okay. So now what you can see is I've got a colony ship and my new scout ship. So let's go ahead and send the scout ship over here. And you'll see that all of these ships have these little lines that tell you where they're going. So if you go down to this marker here, if you've got too many lines on your screen, let's say you have like 40 fleets on your map and the lines are in the way, you can turn off the lines like that. Or if you click it again, you can turn off the ships. Click it again and it goes back. So that's what that does. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to hit next turn a couple more times. I'm not going to build any more ships or any more technology. And just so you can see what it looks like to scout a planet and what it looks like to colonize a planet. And then that's it. Then we're going to stop the video. I know you guys are excited. So next turn. now these guys are arriving. So we're saying, oh, we explored a new star system. It's a jungle planet, max population 90. That's really pretty good. So I can hit escape there. And here's the other one. System called Celeste, a Terran planet, population 85. I can also hit escape here. So that's these two guys right here. There's the Terran planet. Notice how when I hover over it, it shows it. And here is the jungle planet. And this guy's still not explored yet. The new scout hasn't reached it. So I'm going to send this guy over to decisions already. I think I'm going to go ahead and go to the jungle planet. And I'm going to go ahead and get these scouts going real quick. It's not really that important. So keep going. And we're going to keep building factories. So you'll notice we're up to 42 factories now, and our production goes up each turn because we have more factories. So what I want to do is I want to colonize. Okay, there's a dead planet. If I were not the silicoid, this would be a uncolonizable planet. I'd need a special technology to colonize it. Click. And let's send him over here because this game is really serious business. And okay, there's a desert planet. Now, desert planets are not completely dry. They have a little water, not a lot. They are inhabitable without special colonization techs by all races. They just have a lower population limit. Okay, so my colony ship has arrived to the jungle planet, and I'm going to hit yes, and I'm going to let you guys watch the really squirrely animation graphics. Disclaimer: I am not a video game programmer, so I'm still working on my technique. So this guy's going to drop down, and oh, that was really, I hate that. That's the ship dropping. It's too fast. This guy's coming out. He plants a flag, and you get a chance to name your planet. So if you don't want to call it that, you can call it like Kruger or something. I don't know. And hit it right there. And well, looks like that didn't work. Wow, another bug. I can't wait for you guys to report all my bugs here. So let's see. That's it. I think I've showed you the map, how everything up here works. Scouting colony. Oh, one more thing. Keystrokes. So, for example, if you see this menu down here, you've got the game, design, fleet. You can go to all of these screens just by hitting the first letter, like G, D, F, and escape will always bring you back. So, for example, I can go to the game here, and then hit escape. It takes me back. I can go to the ship design, back, fleet, back, etc., etc., etc. You get the idea. And let's see. This is for people who, for some reason, the computer's in your lap. You don't have a mouse with you. You can also adjust the sliders. There's 5 sliders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you hit 1, it goes up. If you hit Shift 1, it goes down. If you hit Shift 3, 3 goes down. As if you were clicking on these little buttons here on the side. And also, if you want to lock one, you can hit like Control 2, locks the defense, and Control again unlocks it. A little tedious or hard to remember, but I tried to make all the sliders in the game work on that number system: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. So I think that's it. I think I've already found 2 bugs in these demos. That's always kind of sucks, but there you go. Thanks.